Well, see, look, we did work. Look, we're good.
It was working the whole time. We just didn't know
We're
it.
here. Okay, well, I am recording at the same time. See, I was smart. I did
Oh,
actually
so
do
that'll be
one
better
thing.
for the YouTube, huh?
Exactly, right? It'll be slightly higher quality because it won't be compressed twice, right? Because normally I just download the Twitch one after the fact. And yeah, so then YouTube compresses it again. But this way, it's only compressed once instead of twice. Well, I guess
Cool.
OBS does compression too, so okay.
Yeah.
Twice instead of 3 times.
Yeah. Well, and they're different types of compression. So some are more than others too, probably.
What?
Why's that not coming on? Anyway, whatever.
All right. Yeah, so I wanted to go through some of this news because a lot of this stuff was coming up. And this way, if anybody talks to me on Lemmy, I'll already have my my thoughts gathered so I can make a an informed rebuttal. Because I know so many people on Lemmy are going to be like, no, it's okay what Meta did, right? And then I'll be like, well, actually, no.
Are you sure about that? Because I'm not.
No, you're right. So this one is my absolute favorite of the week, though. I was getting rid of some of the older ones that I forgot to post, but this one I couldn't prune this one, because this is coming off of the back of the 81 terabyte thing. So Meta, I wonder if it says it in here, if it goes on the back of that. But it was so Meta had
they scraped the world basically, and
right.
They shouldn't have.
And coming off of torrent sites like LibGen and stuff, where, I mean, that's where all the textbooks are. So they pulled all the textbooks and then fed it into their model. And we're like, but that's okay because we didn't seed it, right? We didn't actually, we just stole it, and then we didn't help anybody else steal it.
So that means, torrenting, things that you didn't purchase are okay as long as you don't seed them.
Correct. Right. Exactly. And my thought is,
falls in the same category, right? I mean, plenty of people have been busted for that one. So
I know.
Nice try, buddy.
And it's like, I mean, tell that to all the Napster people that got swept up in all that litigation a while ago. Like, well, a while ago. Okay, it's not just a while ago. It was like 25 years ago or something. When was
20 anyway years ago? Yeah.
When was Napster cool still?
Oh, geez, 2002. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a while ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That was when Metallica got really heated about their albums and stuff. And I mean, I totally get it from that point of view, right? But there were
it wasn't what they signed up for, so
it was I can't remember who it was, but it was the Napster bad. Okay, so back in the day, there used to be a lot of Flash animation and stuff like that. I remember Joe Cartoon, I think, was one of them, and it was just a huge thing because Flash, before HTML5 and you could do animation other ways and put it on the web, Flash was the premier way to make any kind of web, any kind of animation or anything like that. And there was some group, and I can't remember what. I guarantee if you just go, well, look, Napster bad. I can't play it because
well, because it's bad.
Well, because Napster bad, and it was Lars Ulrich and Hetfield. I can't remember the singer's name.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this right here. Yes, exactly. Look. Okay, so in 2000, Metallica sued Peer. Okay, so this actually. Okay,
I was a little off, but not a lot.
We needed this. We absolutely needed this. Camp Chaos. So back in the 2000s when Napster was really big, you could just read this story. But this was a hilarious series of animations, and it was Lars Ulrich talking about how they need another gold-plated Ferrari. The Napster people are stealing the money away from them, so they can't get another. They can't import another immigrant to do their labor or something like that. So, I mean, it was hilarious at the time because, yeah, I mean, from your high horse, not so much.
Yes, but I mean, here we are throwing piles of money at these people. What are they supposed to do with it?
Well, yeah, also. And then Dr. Dre, Sheryl Crow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get it, but man. Anyway, Napster bad. Hilarious. Go watch it. It's hilarious. But okay, so on the other flip side of that, 25 years I was right with 25 years. Holy wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, you
20
were spot on.
25 years later, not
Hmm.
reading Meta. 25 years later, Meta comes back with the same argument that the little people were using in court.
Right.
Like I downloaded it and I stopped. So because a lot of these people were getting sued not just for downloading the song, which would cost you $13.99, the cost of the compact disc that it came on.
Right. Yep.
They were getting snagged for like propagating. I forgot what the term is that they used in those legal arguments or whatever, but it was
Right.
they were sharing it, and
Basically
that's
seeding. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. In Napster, it wasn't seeding; it was peer to peer. But
Right.
it's the same concept, right? You're giving a copy to somebody, and yeah. So and a lot of these people's lives got ruined, right? And it was just my
Mhm.
13-year-old son downloaded a Metallica album, and now the mom of this son is getting sued and having to dish out $60,000 because that's the amount of damages that Metallica took because of this one 13-year-old, right? And it didn't make sense then, and it doesn't make sense now. But so does Meta get away with it? We don't know the end of this story. We don't actually know whether or not.
I hope they don't.
But I can't say 25 years ago I wasn't cheering Napster on.
No, but you
And
knew what you were doing.
yeah, it was for me and my mixtape for my girlfriend at the time. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you weren't intending to basically create another band based on the music that you were collecting.
Oh, right. Oh, I
You
see
didn't
what you're
take the
saying.
work that you got and use it for something else and made
I
money
see.
on it,
I see
right?
what you're saying. Right.
Like that's what they're doing. They're taking someone's work, not directly redistributing it, but turning it into something else that then they're making money on.
Exactly. Hey, Steve, what do you think about the Meta thing? You think they're going to get away with it? I do. but, but
They may.
But you're right. I mean, that's a whole different kind of twist and turn to this particular story because, yeah, not only is Meta not seeding, they are also generating revenue off of the back of it. So yeah, they're doing the exact same thing that these people actually got sued and lost for. But will they be sued and will they lose? They might be sued, but
Right.
I'm holding out
Right.
hope. I'm holding out hope. But even then, what is the punishment? Right? Like, is it just fine stuff?
It'll
Do
be
they just get fined
probably.
and that's it? And
Yeah.
we're sorry, but we're still gonna make $80 billion off of this. Don't you worry.
Right.
Don't you worry.
So yeah, you're right. Ultimately, it won't amount to anything. They'll be like, "Whoops, we're bad. We won't do it again."
Yep.
Already made money on it though.
Right. Yeah, we won't do it again. Yet they will.
Yeah,
Because
but
well,
just a different way.
oh, see, actually, so they could say that, right? Like, we won't download all of the entire internet again because they don't need to. They've already done it.
They've already got it.
And now
I guess the good thing is the internet changes every day. So
right, yeah. Well, they now have now they pay Reddit, and then they pay Facebook, and then they pay everybody else to scrape all that data. So now there are like they won't get sued again because now everybody has signed away their rights because they're on these platforms, and then these platforms are going to make tons of cash selling your data to people like Meta to then continually update these models.
Yep.
I'm just happy that at least for a brief blip in time that DeepSeek kind of dethroned everybody and scared everybody, and then we're like, oh my God, how are we gonna fleece the people now? Now that everybody can get their hands on DeepSeek, what's gonna happen? And yeah, I mean they'll just steal all of DeepSeek's stuff back, and then create their own models based on the same type of ideas. which was pretty cool, right? Like everybody was making these models in a big, massive behemoth. You can think of it like if you shoved every encyclopedia ever written about anything, including Wikipedia, into the mind of a 3-year-old. That's what a lot of the what it seems like to me, right? Like you can fool it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not supposed to tell you about, the things that you throw into a store window with a rag hanging out of it, right? Like I'm not supposed to
Right.
tell you about those, and then you're like, but Grandma will be mad if you don't, and it's like, okay, I will. Like
Yeah. All right.
yeah. Oh, well, if it's for Grandma's sake, then I guess
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's simple. Here are the 8 steps to
Yeah.
anarchy.
Here's the recipe.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of how they are. And then DeepSeek took that idea and was like, okay. What if we take the same stuff that they stuffed it with, but we kept it domain specific? So now they have a bunch of different models. Like they have the doctor model, they have the engineer model, they have the language arts type model, and all of that other kind, right? So it's all, I'm still not fully sold on AI, but at least it scared the big boys.
Well, yeah.
That was nice.
Oh, they're on it. Yep.
That was at least nice. You get to watch them panic in real time. O1's pretty okay, I guess. But yeah, I don't. You can't not share. Well, okay, I guess you can, right? You can turn your torrent seeder thing down to 0 kilobytes, but can you really not? Can you? I guess
Yeah,
you
you
can.
can.
I
Well, I mean,
guess.
if you're downloading Linux ISOs, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, see, no, the problem with that is that you download it so fast from most of these mirrors that you don't have time to seed, and then everybody else is downloading it from the one big person that's just
Mhm.
got the huge bandwidth.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're not set up correctly, you can totally fake it out so
Yeah.
that it doesn't seed stuff back.
Yeah. So my real argument against Meta is this. They were just not being a good netizen, I mean,
Mhm.
Meta's probably got some of the highest amount of bandwidth that you could possibly ever get your hands on,
Oh,
ever.
yeah. Yeah.
And they didn't seed? Jerks. Come
Yeah.
on. Come on, man. You gotta give back.
No, you gotta glean it back out of the AI.
See, right? Let us train our own AIs, okay, Meta? How silly. Well, oh no, don't unstar that. I need to post that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, I was really looking forward to the cosmic thing. Um,
Yeah, they're coming along with that. It's
how many
coming.
alphas are they gonna do?
I don't know, but I mean, it just keeps getting better, I guess. So that's good.
Too many alphas. Just put it out like Meta does.
Yeah, I
System
don't think it's quite
76.
ready yet.
No.
I think there's still a couple of hanging
No,
chads that they got to clean
you
up.
gotta do the Microsoft thing and just be like, here, Copilot, use it. Put glue on pizza while you're at it. Just,
Well, no,
just
I
shove
mean,
it out the
well,
door.
in all seriousness, there is a point where you just have to let it go. Like we'll live with this paper cut or that paper cut.
Right.
But ultimately they got to get it a little closer, I think.
But we're not there yet. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. But I am pretty excited
I
for
do
it.
need to give it a whirl again. I think
Well,
it's promising.
it's been 5 alphas since the last time we had it on our the live
Yeah.
stream.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I think it's looking good.
that many oh wait, Steve, too many issues with Cosmic? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because I had my little B-Link machine and we had Cosmic going on it that day, and I mean it was okay. It's pretty good. It definitely wasn't fully baked. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's still about it's better, but it's not fully baked yet.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, I guess it's still pretty decent for a fully new desktop environment that didn't exist a year ago, right? Or
Absolutely.
how long has it been in?
2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Really.
That's impressive though. I mean,
I think so.
ground up this
I
kind
think
of
so.
thing.
Well, in April, there'll be another Fedora release, and that's a spin now. So
Yeah.
that'd be a
Okay.
place to give it a whirl.
So now
That'd be the time.
I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Screen readers. I think I've asked this question before.
Mm-hmm.
So that the default screen reader sounds bad.
Yes, but there's things you can add to that. I think there's other packages to enhance that.
Okay, is it like as good as some of the ones you can get on phones and stuff? Because those
Yeah,
sound decent.
I think they are pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you try it every couple of weeks, Steve, and then and just what kind of issues do you run into in Cosmic? That's a good
Up,
question
up.
to ask, I think.
He says update issues.
Oh, is it what, like it breaks on update or something?
Or just doesn't update well.
Oh well. But yeah, like because I want screen readers. I want
I agree.
I want news articles read back to me so I can listen to news articles like a podcast. That I think is that's a killer feature for me, man. Whatever kind of I can do it on the phone, but I don't want to do it on the phone. So if I can do it on the desktop when I'm already on a desktop, I think that would be perfect. But they've got to be baked in there. And I figure the screen reader here is just going to use the same libraries and backend and everything as everything else, right? So I would assume.
I don't know which in Cosmic. I don't know what they're using, honestly,
Okay. You had
because Orca is probably the most popular.
okay. Oh right.
Uh,
Yes, I am familiar.
um,
I remember. You remember that time I couldn't turn it off.
I do.
And it was like Control V, Control C, Control C, Control. No, stop it. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they're using that or something else.
Yeah, they don't say. Well, maybe they do. Oh,
And I
okay.
can't remember. There's like some different language packs or something. I'm misspeaking there. But there's like different language things or different voices and stuff, and some of them definitely are better than others.
Okay.
I'm really not totally familiar with all of the options there, but I think the default one is probably what you're used to, and it sounds very robotic.
Right.
And I think some of the other ones are better. Yep.
Well, I'm looking into
Um,
it. I want it. I
you
want
want it?
it.
Okay.
Everything else looks so. Oh, more scale. Oh, Are they gonna be the first desktop that doesn't explode on you when you have two, like a scaled one and a non-scaled one? Gnome is
No,
close. Plasma is
you can do that.
closer.
I was gonna say you can do that in Plasma.
You can, and it actually works quite well.
Pretty good. Yep.
My because yeah, I'm looking at doing the framework, which is not quite a 200 or 2:1, whatever. When you do the
Yeah,
4K,
that's
whatever.
a bit of an odd resolution, sure.
Yeah, it's not real high DPI if you're a
Mhm,
developer, but because of that, I have to do weird scaling, which means that if I put it
mhm.
up to a non-scale display, like I said, Plasma works better, but Gnome, things would crash. Like sometimes the entire Wayland session would crash, and that was kind of disappointing. I don't think Plasma fully crashed on me. I think just an application might crash sometimes. But yeah, this is going to be great. This is great. Cosmic might be the first one. Plasma's close, but will
Yeah,
Cosmic win? That's
maybe. I mean, I think it's one of their priorities,
yeah.
is to have good, monitors type support and stuff.
I mean, it's essential. It's essential. I mean, I give you that Windows and Mac aren't perfect, but quite often, things don't just crash when you move things from one window to the other.
Mhm, mhm.
So what did you have to remove, uh, Steve, to get it to move on? It wasn't the entire desktop, was it?
Well, he wasn't
Oh,
installing Steam, so probably not.
oh, yeah. Oh my God, I've been doing a lot of Steam lately. Uh, what did I say to you earlier, Dan? I told you I was playing a game, and I can never remember its
You
name.
did, and I can't remember what it was either.
Oh, Dave's in here. Hey, you snuck in here. Okay, I didn't.
No, look, BGT joined the chat too. He's
Oh, wow.
there's the person to ask about screen readers.
Okay, BGT. I was asking earlier. I don't know if you heard, but is there a really good, very humanish sounding screen reader thing that I could use to kind of like, if I'm reading a news article and I don't want to read it, I just want to hear it. Is there a really good natural sounding screen reader out there in Linux, or is that you just kind of have to make do? RH voice. Okay.
That's the one that I can't remember.
Some things to look into. All right. Very cool. Will do. Because I was telling Dan earlier, sometimes I don't feel like it. And I'd rather listen, because I like listening to news podcasts, especially ones that are short, to the point, don't inject any opinion into it. They're just like, here's what happened, and this happened right after, and here's what's going to happen after that. And those are it. Those are great. Those are perfect. That way,
facts. Yep.
Yes,
just the Joe Friday approach, right?
Yeah. Then I can make up my own mind. I don't need someone else telling me to be mad. I can already be mad for myself. Meta made me mad, and only because they didn't seed, man. Just gotta be a good netizen, So that's really cool. Text to speech component. Okay, well that'd be okay. I wouldn't mind learning the Orca commands to get around stuff. That would be perfectly fine, as long as it was fairly natural-ish, and yeah, that's great. That would be fine. But yeah, no, Firefox does have something. I don't think I've ever poked.
Well, they have a reader mode. Maybe
I
don't know if it would pick up on that versus the regular web page or what.
One thing that I can do is, if I'm on the phone. Oh, hey, look at that! Read aloud. Okay, I will spare you all. I won't click it, but I will play with this a little bit later. Yeah, that's one thing that I'd actually do in on the phone. And I didn't even know that this was there. I didn't. Okay. Maybe the answer is already here, since it has read aloud. Okay. Maybe I do have options. Maybe I'll have to change the Firefox voice. Maybe there's a way to do that. All right. But that's cool. Okay. So we're making progress. RH voice, and maybe Firefox does it already. So we'll see. But yeah, that's how I do it on the phone. And then I use the phone voices, which is fine. Those are pretty good. But I'm not always on the phone or have headphones on or whatever, and sometimes I just prefer to not do that.
Well, that actually sounds handy. So he says basically your keys will be used for quick navigation. So like H will jump to headings and so on.
Ooh.
That actually sounds kind of useful.
Yeah, because that usually the first couple of sentences are the background or something like that. Like, no, hop down. Gnome and software fixes. Sometimes I like these and sometimes I don't. Are we ever going to get a real Linux phone? Oh, already. No. I didn't even have to ask the question. No.
There's Makes options, sense. But they aren't good, folks.
Oh, man. Third-party projects. Oh, there we go. Oh, papers. This is the new PDF reader, right? Yeah. When highlighting text in PDF documents and papers
stuff. Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. Isn't that really close to the Mac one? What is that one called?
Probably. Paper.
No way.
I don't know.
Oh, it's Pages. It's Pages in
Pages.
iOS.
Papers,
okay.
Pages, whatever.
Nice.
I mean, it's very subtle there, huh?
Yeah. Could have gotten in trouble, but we skirted that. Oh, speaking of Gnome, we had little bits of conversation about it. Their logo, a foot. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. The band is that quite the debacle, apparently.
Is it really? Like, there's...
Well, I mean, it seems like there's a bunch of back and forth on it.
There's drama, or just
And fairly high up
spirited.
in the Gnome chain of things too.
Really? Because
It seems like.
I'm sure this conversation has been raging on for a long time, but Cassidy James
Yep.
had recently posted about. Maybe I just find that post.
Well, and I think there was a GitLab issue. I think somewhere I saw referenced for that.
Uh-oh. Let me see. Where writing, browse, posts. Blog. Probably this one, right? Yeah, this is it. Gnome should kick the foot to the curb, mostly. Yeah, this was 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I didn't make it to my 1 week old because I forgot to post them list. Oh, look at this. Okay, there's an update. Ooh. Okay, so he posted this on Valentine's Day to show his love for the foot. Oh, I kill myself. That's so great. Okay, so what was that? This past week, volunteers working on the Gnome. Okay, so this is why it sparked it, right? Debuted a brand new gnome.org website, and this is it. Oh wait, so did they change it? Because one of the questions, he said generally there were 2 reactions. It's beautiful and modern, nice work, and where's the foot? So,
well, they might have just left it off. I don't know if they changed it.
Well, the foot is the favicon, so up there in the very, very top with the title. And then there's also the foot by Gnome. So was it an oversight? Because there's the foot. We found it. And then it led to a wider discussion, right? Oh, wait, look. Okay, yeah, wait. I wrote a quick merge request to use the logo on the website yesterday. I figured someone else wanted to demonstrate what it would look like. The change has since been merged. Okay, so he fixed it. Cool. Oh,
Debate over.
Well, is it though? Because I think right.
Well, no, there's plenty of people saying that they should just go.
Yeah.
We need to change it. It's time to update.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not my own encyclopedia, so I don't remember if we covered where the foot came from in our Gnome episode or not. But
I can't remember either.
Yeah, I know we talked about the logo, but I don't remember.
We definitely did.
So are they tiny feet because they're gnome feet? Is that it?
I mean, I guess so.
And the more important question, are witches gnomes? Because, I mean, pointy hats. Just saying. Just saying.
They seem too tall.
Maybe that was just witchcraft.
So BGT says first it was gnome circles with the Gotsi.
Yeah, careful with that pronunciation, Dan.
Yeah. Now there's gnome with the foot. Yeah.
Gnome circles with... Okay, I have to look this up. Gotsi? What's up with this now?
Did I say that wrong?
No, I think you're right. I just am not familiar with it. Gotsi... gnome circles. Okay, you're going to have to explain further, BGT. The old duck ain't coming back with much. Because I know about Gnome Circle and its apps. That's really cool.
Yes. Yep.
Maybe that's what you're talking about.
Circle apps.
Yeah, those are good stuffs. Most of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they aren't bad.
I don't know if I don't know. I don't know, because they're very mobile oriented, right? They're just one job kind of thing. And I'm still not. I don't know.
You think so though? I mean, because I feel like that the KDE apps do the same thing.
There's a push for it now too. Not only are they trying to do the kind of one app, one job kind of thing. That seems to be the new kind of...
Well, do one thing, do it well.
Right. But KDE has historically not been that. It's do all the things.
Everything. All the things. Yeah.
Exactly. If it works, it works,
Mm-hmm.
Which also kind of difficult, right? But from an accessibility standpoint, I suppose doing one thing, keeping it simpler, is probably the better way to go.
I would think so.
Other than scroll. I mean, already, because the application I'm thinking of is any part of Microsoft Office, because Like before they did the ribbon thing, it was like you would
Oh,
open up edit and it was like 7 million things in the list
yeah.
of things. And that's how KDE apps felt to me. A lot
Mhm.
of them were just endless, endless, endless amounts of features that, you got lucky if you found some. And if you found them, they were great. But if you didn't, well, you'll notice it on a Reddit post one time when someone's talking about what that application can do. And you're
Mhm.
like, what?
Yeah, so BGT says that the history is quite interesting, going back to the foot thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Apparently it began with,
This one.
a wallpaper
This one right
which,
here.
showed the footprints in the sand, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Uh, And so, okay, so then back in 1997, when that wallpaper appeared, was it a gnome making the footprints? And in the way that the footprints looked, they were all over the place. Were there multiple gnomes? That's
Well, I mean,
that's that's the real thing. Were we given the code
it
from on high from aliens that visited in or around 1997? It's the real
it
question.
it takes a bunch of them to make a desktop environment, so I would think there's multiple.
Oh, people typing with their feet. I got you.
Sure.
I'm with you now. So people don't want to go away from the foot because, as Cassidy noted, it's always been this way. Obviously,
Yeah, it's been around
from the
forever, yeah.
from the very beginning, it changed a little though. Well, I guess it most markedly changed the most recent time in 2002 when the recent foot appeared. And it's a trademark, right? Like, sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, it's been around a while, it might be time for a refresh.
yep. It has personality. It does. Um, as much personality as a foot can have. I know that's not what he means by that. It's different. Like it's novel. No one else has a who else uses a foot? Like even shoe manufacturers don't use feet for their logo.
True, and as far as feet go, it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well. According to Cassidy, it may not look terrible, but it fits terribly. So you
Well,
can't
that may be.
you can't
Yeah.
find it. There's no quadruple E or something. I don't. Okay, maybe there probably is, but there's no shoe wide enough for this foot. Look at this thing. It's
Yeah, it's shaped
wide,
weird.
and then it has wide recognition. I mean, obviously, I think that's kind of the trademark thing. Like they were counting on that. Um, okay, number one is the only one that I can't get on board with, right? It doesn't convey so Cassidy goes on, what's the actual problem with the logo itself? It doesn't convey anything about the name or the project. What does a K show about the KDE Plasma project?
It's cool.
No, it's not technically, and by definition, it is unfortunately, it is not cool with a K. And that is
Well, it
the
was for a little while.
Man, that's the saddest thing. That's the coolest thing about KDE. The coolest thing.
It's a cool desktop environment.
So sad. And what does a mouse have to do with XFCE? Well, okay, small. I get it. All right. Maybe that's a bad example. What does that weird Silverbird thing have to do with LXDE, LXQT? Is it still a bird? It's still a bird, right?
It's light, it, flies. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, yeah, that's okay. That's not the one I was thinking of. I was thinking the
It's a hummingbird.
LXDE one.
The
Not the
LXQ
old
is
one.
it's technically a hummingbird.
That looks like a
Oh,
uh,
that I don't know what that is.
sparrow thing. What do you call that?
I don't know. That that I'm really glad they changed that. They moved on to the other project, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
'Cause LXQ, yeah, that's a hummingbird, and that's supposed to be lightweight and fast,
Right.
which hummingbirds are. So that's cool. I
What's
like that one.
the an Australian laden swallow or something like that? What's faster? I forget. But no.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's others, but
All right. So argument. Okay, so I can't get behind that one just because there's so many logos. What does a check have to do with Nike shoes, Like
yeah,
I don't
the
necessarily think
swoosh.
a logo has to be um
It's true.
well, I mean, I guess he even makes that argument for me right here. Many logos don't directly. But it feels odd to have such a bold logo choice that doesn't directly relate to the name Gnome or to any specific aspect of the project. I don't think so. But the rest of his stuff is
I mean, could we just
valid,
have
I
a
think.
little gnome guy?
Okay, that was actually my question during the conversation in Discord. Like, if we changed it, if you had all the power to decide what the Gnome logo was going to be from here on out, what would you actually choose? And my first thought was like, well, maybe just the Gnome hat. But then how do you convey that and make that look cool at all in any way whatsoever?
I mean, I think you just gotta have, bring it down over his eyes a little bit.
Oh, the G and the O are eyes, and then the little hat on top or something,
Maybe.
right?
I don't know. Yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah, use your imagination there, but I think, yeah, it needs to incorporate some gnome.
Yeah. See, obviously, I am not a graphic designer.
I'm not either.
And we are showcasing our lack of skill and why
Absolutely.
we're not going to be the ones to choose the logo.
Exactly.
But I will laugh all the way to the bank when it's a G and the O for eyes and a hat on top. All the way to the bank, that open source bank.
Yes. We'll wait for the royalty checks.
That's right. That's right. So he goes on, it's an awkward shape that doesn't fit clearly into a square or circle or a squircle, as Apple would say. But true, right? Like it's lopsided. It's weird. But I mean, I get it. Oh yeah, he's got the example of on social media or whatever when it's a circle, like the toe gets cut off. I mean, yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I do agree. Like a small complaint, but I do agree. And it's actively off-putting and unappealing. This is the one. I think this is the real one. This is the real argument against using a foot, because there are places in the world that it is taboo.
Yeah.
For feet
to display
right.
feet. Yeah.
Right. So like, I mean, already that's where yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of meh. Yeah.
But then also just thinking about feet, unless you're that kind of person, you know who you are.
Right? And that's fine if you are, but yeah, I think we should have a little gnome guy. I really do.
A little gnome guy. That would be kind of cute. So yeah, I think this is probably the best argument against it. I mean, and then layer on, and it also doesn't fit in a squircle. So, and then it raises the question of what the role of the design team is. Okay, yeah. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
But so is he saying here that the design team all feel this way?
Well, I don't think he said that.
Well, it says, if the design team cannot be allowed to effectively lead the design of the project, what are we even doing? So I feel like, maybe not directly naming names, but this is an indirectly saying the design team can't change the logo even though they want to. Maybe. I mean, he is a member of the design team, so at least he's speaking for himself. I wonder if there have been little alleyway conversations where everybody kind of feels this way and no one's been able to do it.
Yeah, I wonder what the consensus is there.
Yeah. And I can't say I'm just inspired when I see a big logo of a foot, you know? Like, oh, yeah, that's my favorite desktop. I mean, right? Yeah, I don't even know what Cinnamon's... Oh, it's that little mountain thing. Okay, well, that one's... See, but that's not a... What? That's not a... It doesn't even make sense. So, all these Linux logos fail number one on his list.
Many do, yes.
Cinnamon Linux logo. Let's see. Look, it's this one right here. Oh well, this one. So, is that supposed to be a mountain or a cinnamon stick? Like looking down into the swirls of a cinnamon stick.
I don't know.
Huh. Now I'm unsure.
Looks mountain-like.
Yeah, that's a mountain, right? I'm pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Okay. I mean, because it's snow coming down in the middle. Well, why are the tops of the mountains not snowy? Okay, maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Well, I think it's just a silhouette. I think it's just a silhouette.
Yeah. Again, I am no designer, so maybe I'm not the right guy to ask. But anyway, so he says, what can we do now? Maybe we can phase the foot out from any remaining user-facing spaces, commission a new brand logo, y'all, I will do it for free. Let's do one of those community. Give
Well, I mean,
me.
yeah, no, they should open it to the community.
That would be kind of cool. I mean,
Submit your thing, then
but
vote on it.
then maybe the design team can vote on it. But I feel like the
Yeah.
plea here is just sit back and relax while we design a new logo and enjoy the new logo when we unveil it. I feel like that's kind of the that's kind of where we're going here with that. But it would be kind of cool if it were a community driven kind of. What do you think? Okay, let me actually make sure that he doesn't suggest that.
I mean, yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Cute. Okay, so it doesn't seem like it. That he's suggesting that it would be a community effort or anything other than like the design community already established
Right.
within Gnome.
I
Anyway,
suppose.
but he does note that it could still be something quirky, cute, and whimsical, and that's
Right.
that's right up what you're talking about. Make it a gnome, and it could be.
I think so.
It could be a gnome. But what do gnomes have to do with desktops? Do gnomes have the cleanest desktops of them all?
Nothing, but I mean, it'll be like identifiable at that point, right? You'll know that little
Yeah,
gnome guy.
gnome
That's
is a
the
gnome.
gnome desktop.
It's not a gnome's
No
foot.
question.
It's an
No question.
actual whole gnome. Like we didn't
Yep.
chop off his foot to use as a logo. It's
Yep.
the gnome. Yeah,
Yep.
that would be kind of cool.
And what do they have? I don't know. They just maybe they like Linux and that's the desktop environment they use. I don't know.
Maybe, desktop on the desk. Who has the cleanest desktop of them all? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can go on to refresh the official Gnome brand guidelines. Immortalize the foot as a mascot. Well, you can't not do that. It's there forever. You're stuck with the foot.
I don't think you gotta yoink it out of everything, but yeah.
Yeah. Title case Gnome as a brand name. Oh, so wait. Do they still do that? Oh, they do. Yeah, Gnome is all in caps in the title, on the logo. Mm-hmm. Oh, in the alt text. Yeah, it's everywhere. So I thought, well, okay, maybe it was just an unofficial thing because everybody, just like the Gnome versus Gnome thing, it was very much it's up to interpretation kind of thing, right? Like call it Gnome if you want.
Yeah, we don't care what you call us. Just call us.
Camel case it if you feel like, that kind of thing. But yeah, so apparently it really is all caps. Like that's the real way to spell this. And then Cassidy is suggesting that you could just capitalize only the G. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he goes on to say that much like the pronunciation, folks will do what they want, and they're free to. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like an official stylization of it would just be the capital G. I mean, another suggestion to add on to the pile. Okay, so back up here to the update. Thanks for all the feedback and the discussion on Mastodon and Matrix. I've revised this post with a bit of some more nuance and context based on feedback. Apologize if my writing style was divisive. I wrote the first draft of the post pretty hastily based on some frustrating conversations. Okay, so they had been talking in the back alley, as I mentioned, and wanted to get all my thoughts out in one place rather than retreading the same thoughts in multiple places. But I should have let it cook a bit longer and gotten feedback before firing away and logging off. No, it's not a hot take if it's lukewarm. Okay.
Yeah.
you just got to shoot from the hip, baby. Just shoot from the hip. Stand by your words. That's what I do.
Generally speaking, we do.
Yeah. Well. All right. Well, I mean, I'm in favor. I like the foot. The foot will always be a part of Gnome, but I do think we could. A foot is not bad, but I think something else might actually be better.
Yep, I think there's options.
Oh, and so we talked about the Rust and Linux thing, but
Oh, we did.
there
Yeah.
wasn't
There's
even
there's some add-ons to that
yes.
story.
So
Yeah.
not just this one, which is Ars Technica's right up on it. Um, Linus
Yes.
not
That came out
only
like the day after we recorded, kind of thing.
yes. So we recorded, and that night or the next day,
I think it was the
um,
next day.
yeah, it was also so Linus did the backroom thing, but then Linus also wrote on the mailing list, like, hey, we're just doing it, so
Hmm.
you gotta. Are
And then
people able to read chat or is the
latest today, there's a news update to that today.
okay? I think I know what you're talking about. We'll see if we converge because I don't have that article in my list. But BGT's asking, are
Let me
people able
find
to
it.
read the chat or is the stream broken? People can read the chat in Twitch. I don't have it up on the screen, like streaming to people. But yeah, now that I have two screens happening right now, I can actually watch everything. Well, not everything, because I'm bad at it. But yeah. If you're on Twitch, you can read the chat, and if you're in Discord, you can read the Discord chat. But you know,
I
never
guess it was yes.
you can't cross the stream.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, there is some spam there. You gotta wipe.
oh, okay. Oh, Dan, I need your help.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Sure. Sign me up.
Hold on, wait.
And
How do I do this?
I don't know.
See
Yeah,
it.
we did catch your links. They should be published.
I don't even know how to do it. That would be something good to learn. Do. How do I do? Wait. Well, that makes sense because I'm on the wrong container. I bet if I go to the right container, I'll have options.
Options are good.
There it is. No. Well, if I block him, hold on.
Container tabs. That's what he means.
Container tabs, yeah. How do I do it? Ooh, Nix, huh?
Nice.
Oh, wait,
It's a
here
lot
it
of
is.
work.
Mod view. That's what I want. Okay. There it is. What? I can time him out. That's cool.
Well, there you go. Deleted.
Oh, it did?
Yep.
Good. Okay, well. Oh, wait, custom. How do I put 1,000,000 years? Well, I wonder if I just blocked him.
Sure. Won't come back.
Oh, there. Restrict. Suspicious user. Oh, cool. All right. Anyway, thanks for that, BGT. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, we got the links, and I did open them in some other tabs.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, hey, cool. It says it on there. One message was deleted, but why can't I do this? Oh, wait, maybe I can. Shield mode, chat highlight, chat settings. Oh, show moderator actions. Okay, I can do it from there. Okay, that's cool. All right, so the Linux Rust thing, right? So we
Yep,
covered
I just
this.
sent you. I
Oh,
sent you another link.
in the Discord.
Yes.
Nice. Yes. Okay, this is the last thing I saw about it, but I didn't see.
I guess it was yesterday.
All I saw about that, I didn't. So did Christoph Hellwig say anything, or was just like, "Yep, all right, that was it. I'm done."
I think that was it, as far as I know.
Right. Well, I mean, he had a pretty staunch stance on allowing Rust helpers in the kernel. And hang on, let me find the one.
So yeah,
Torvald's
BGT,
response.
you say that, but it sounds like Linus himself is actually willing to, he's still gatekeeping a little bit, but I mean,
Well,
I think he's willing to entertain some other options, if you will.
it took him too long. I do think BGT is right about some.
Yeah, right.
it
Right.
did seem to me
Oh, yeah.
that
No, I don't think it's everybody, though.
yeah. Oh, right. It seems to me that Christoph kind of fits the bill
Oh, yeah.
for gatekeeping on this because, as Linus
Not disputing
explained,
that.
uh, so yeah, so Linus has been sitting back and watching. That's been. I think that's his mo for a lot of things, right? Like
Absolutely.
he's not a micromanager,
Nope.
but when he has to weigh in and people
He does. Yep.
leaving the project over social problems as opposed to technical ones, yeah, well, forced him to weigh in. So anyway, so
Yeah,
off of the
that's not
back,
his favorite mechanism to hash things out.
right,
That's for sure.
and even Greg Crow Hartman, I
Mhm.
think a couple of days or maybe a day or so before this, or right around the same time, had posted something to the effect of, we're kernel maintainers, damn it. Like, this is what we do. We make it work. And if that means having Rust bindings here or a Rust driver there, then that's just what we're going to do because that's how the driver's getting written right now. And there is
Mhm.
no other there is no other driver. So if we can merge
Right,
another
exactly.
driver that's pure C, okay, sure. But there isn't. This is it. This is the one. We should be merging this. Um, and then of course backing up the whole, C people can stay C and Rust people can stay Rust, but you're gonna have to come together to figure out how to make it plug in. That's right. And that's where the
Yep.
whole we're kernel maintainers, damn it. Like we're hackers. We do this. This is how we do this.
Yep.
Um, and so Linus comes in, talks about, I was hopeful. I've tried to just see if this long thread results in anything constructive, but this seems to be going backwards, or at least not
Right.
forwards. Um, and so basically, he kind of dissects what Christoph Hellwig had been doing, which is he agreed that Christoph should not have to manage the Rust side of things, but just deciding that you're not going to merge something because it's Rust and you don't like Rust and you don't think Rust deserves to be in the kernel is not a good reason to not merge something.
Exactly. Yep.
Um,
Agree with that.
so what he said was, honestly, what you've been doing is basically saying, as a DMA maintainer, I control what the DMA code is used for, and that is not how any of this works, right? And then so he goes on to make a couple of analogies that may be a little stretched, but they make sense, right? Like you got to
Mhm.
squint just right to kind of see the analogies, but
Yep.
right, and but he kind of closes out and then launches into more analogies. But he says, so let me be very clear. If you as a maintainer feel that you control who or what can use your code, you are wrong.
Well, that's not open source.
Right, exactly. It's supposed to be bringing people together and working together and all of that kind of thing. But
Mhm.
um, yeah. So yeah. So he says you're not forced to take any Rust code or care about any Rust code in the DMA code. You can ignore it, but ignore the Rust side automatically also means that you don't have any say on the Rust side. That's kind of the biggest point of all of it, right? You kind of take
Mhm.
yourself out of the conversation when you say, "Well, I'm not going to deal with Rust." Okay, well then don't. But Rust is still coming to the kernel, and you don't get to be a part of the conversation. And I mean, rightfully so, I think. Right? I mean, all of this wonderful work, especially in the Asahi Linux, that was the whole crux of the conversation in the show. Um, all of this great work was happening, and
Yep.
it was being blocked from the kernel because Rust, and so yeah. Here we go. Pika comes in. This is exactly right. I don't know where some people get the idea that they want to rewrite the kernel in Rust.
Yeah,
Uh,
they don't.
like it's just the drivers that already exist in new code. Right. This is why Linus had to throw some all caps in this situation. Because
Well,
yeah.
otherwise, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get a bunch of, like, out of pre modules that you have to merge in somehow with, like, something like DKMS or something like that, right? And that's messy, and every time, something changes, you've gotta adjust, how those incorporate what they getting them in the kernel means you don't have to manually merge that in after the fact, and it just
Yeah,
works better. So,
exactly. And kind of going back to
a lot
BGT's.
of the
Oh,
ones
go
they
ahead.
were looking at, doing in Rust, specifically from the Asahi group, was, uh, graphics drivers.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. And kind of going back to what BGT was saying, part of that gatekeeping thing was kind of the language around that, and we specifically did not talk about
No.
that exact thing on the show because, I mean, that's a
Right.
whole can of worms. But I 1,000% agree with both Hector Martin and Feelho, Wedson,
Mhm.
Feelho, for giving up over that, man. He knows what he was saying. There wasn't any
Mhm.
question that you know what those words mean. Come on. But any BGT went on to say they figured it out mostly with the DMA patches to make even the C thing safer. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
Until Christoph blocked them. Yeah. The Asahi people are awesome. Yeah. I mean, but I guess what is the there's not gonna be zero casualties, right? You're either
Nope.
gonna make the old folks mad. Well, not old. What's the word, right? Like,
Veterans?
there you go. The Kernel veterans. You're gonna make them mad, because of their stances on Rust. Or you're gonna bleed the new blood, which
Yeah,
is
or you can hope that some of the folks that have been around a while will just, "Hey, it's time to start something new."
yeah, yeah. Well, oh my God! Wait. Oh, so Linux, Rust,
Oh, no, but they
Linux.
might be saying like, "Okay, yeah, sure, I see a place for that." I mean, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
So,
everything, but, some stuff.
but so I wonder what other additional attrition and fallout is going to come from all of this.
Well, I mean, as the link I sent you, Christoph, Hellwig
Right. Right. Yeah.
steps down, right?
Exactly. Very, very quietly, though nothing gets past Michael Larrable. My man will
No.
catch everything. It's still so very impressed. The guy
Like,
runs a sale on like every holiday. Please, if you
why?
can, subscribe to this man.
I feel like he
he's a
actually does
machine.
work. Yeah, he actually does work 24/7, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, he is a machine. I mean, just get a month of Veronix Premium sometime or something. He deserves it. I mean, not that the other websites out there don't deserve it, but my God, the amount is staggering. Um,
Mhm.
but anyway, so yeah, Christoph Hellwig. Okay, so Greg Kroll Hartman, and who is, if I understand it correctly, the successor if Linus were to be hit by a bus. I
Well, I
think.
would say at this
Yeah.
point. I
Um,
mean, he sorta led things when Linus stepped away for a little
yeah.
while.
Exactly. So we know he can do the job.
Mhm.
And Linus himself have both weighed in, and it seems like the consensus is we're kernel hackers. Damn it, we do this. So that's it. It's happening.
It's essentially how it began.
Yeah, yeah. Miguel Ojeda. Hold on. Why do I know that name? I just recently read. It's probably about this whole thing. Let me see what we can
Oh, the
dig up.
Rust for Linux website, yeah. I think I linked that in the, show notes, Rust for Linux.
You probably did. Um, is that just it? Just Rust for Linux? He's the head of the project. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. Well, okay. So where do I find his statement? That's cool. Oh, did he? Hold on. Oh, that was
Oh,
CC'd to
since
him. Rust kernel. Well, that's just the kernel policy. Given. Oh, so he published the Rust kernel policy, given
on
all
the
the
Rust for Linux
hubbub.
page.
Yeah, back on the 9th. Okay, so I think I was already here. Uh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
right there. It's, like, 3 down under the project.
What now?
On the page, on the web page, it's, like, 3 down.
Oh, who maintains Rust
Says
code in the kernel?
it says
Or
Rust for Linux, the project, and then it says contact contributing Rust kernel policy. That's, like, the third
oh, I see.
link. in the
Okay.
list.
I see. I'm here on this page. So,
No, I'm just saying it's like 3 down. It's like towards the top. Like you
right.
can't miss it.
Yeah, right there. So, who maintains Rust code in the kernel? Okay. So, yeah, should maintainers treat Rust code up in the, yeah, okay. So, yeah, this is I think what anybody watching the conversation from the sidelines was thinking to themselves, like, no one's trying to force you to learn Rust.
Nope.
that was kind of our argument in the show,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Wedson Fieldho was up there. Just, I mean, you could see how frustrating that situation was when you had a maintainer saying, "Well, why are you trying to make me learn Rust?" And the guy's like, "No, we're not trying to do that. I don't know where you got that from. Just because Rust code is going to sit by your code doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a Rust connoisseur."
Right.
But that's how I think, I don't know if it was an intentional misunderstanding, right? Like, they did that on purpose to try and paint Rust or the maintainers or anybody else in a bad light, to just kind of smear the thing. I wonder if that really was the intention, because if it wasn't, they sure did a good job convincing me that it was.
Mhm.
But I mean, I get it. You get passionate about your thing, and but it ain't just your thing, my man. It ain't just your thing. And that's, I guess, that's why I'm glad both Linus and Greg came out on it, because it needed to happen months ago, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that
They
it,
were a little late, but yeah.
right. I'm glad that it happened at all. But yeah, a little earlier would have been nice. I mentioned that in the show too, right? Like, a little late, Linus, but you got the spirit. You're doing it. You're good. And I'll take it. I'll take what I can get when it comes to that. Yeah, Google Chrome disables uBlock Origin for some in Manifest v3 rollout. So it's happening.
Like we knew it was happening. I don't know why
Yeah.
that's
Well, how it's been a year or more? I don't know.
well, then the notifications of your thing is not going to work. I mean, like it's been going on for a while.
Yes. Yeah. So if you didn't know the Manifest v3 thing was coming, we've been screaming about it. And you know my feelings on Gnome if you've listened to any of those shows. But to put it quickly, I'm not Gnome. Google Chrome. Oh, Gnome rhymes with Chrome. That was the, there it is.
That's evil.
Yeah, not a fan of Google, and absolutely not a fan of the fact that 98% of the web browsers out there, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's massive, is not Firefox.
Yeah.
And then
Well, some of the derivatives are not broken.
are now or not?
Are not broken.
Oh,
As
right.
far as
Oh,
the like uBlock Origin or whatever.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's great. That's absolutely great, because
Well, that's why you have derivatives.
right, Vivaldi, Brave are
Yeah.
the big ones that they package in a really, really good ad blocker.
Yeah.
As far as ad blocking goes on iOS, I think Brave is the best. They do a really good job kind of cleaning up all the trash. Yeah, did I say Chrome derivatives? Chromium derivatives. But
Yeah.
the Manifest v3 thing is going into Chromium 2, which means that everybody has to deal with it. And Vivaldi Brave are dealing with it in a, well, we'll just do our own kind of way.
They patch around it somehow.
Yeah. And Firefox was like, but we're not Chrome. And so they deal with it in normal ways, which is allow extensions to do what they do. But, I mean, on the other hand, I'm a paranoid security guy. So I get the reasons, some of the reasons for Manifest v3. I get some of the reasons why you would not want extensions to be able to poke and prod absolutely every nook and cranny of every web page before you get to see it. I mean, the arguments make sense. But, the person making the argument really kind of makes me wonder if that's really the argument or not. Like if Chrome says, well, you shouldn't, it's a security risk for people to be doing that kind of thing to your webpage. You're like, okay. But also, all of our money comes from ads. And you're like, well, I don't know if I like that very much. Because, we're talking ad blockers. There are other extensions than ad blockers, but ad blockers are the ones that get all the news headings because people don't like ads that much.
They don't, and that's the thing that Google wants to push to you.
Yep.
They are an advertising company.
Okay. So Manifest v2, Manifest v3 versions of uBlock Origin.
Yeah, that specifically. Yeah.
The big difference is that you're gonna need a full version upgrade of uBlock Origin for it to be able to update its definitions, right? So it can't just reach out and grab definitions by itself in the Manifest v3 version, which makes it more cumbersome. And as far as I understand, the blocking is not quite as good because those definitions.
Well, like you can't, right? Because you can't add your own things to those definitions,
right?
either.
Yeah, exactly. And then those definitions have a cap on how big they can possibly be. So even if you could add your own definitions, they probably wouldn't fit. So
right.
So
you're not getting all of what you could before.
Right. So if you don't mind a slight reduction in the amount of ads that you see, or a slight increase in the amount of ads that you see, a slight reduction in the amount of ads that are blocked,
right?
Then it's fine. You're fine. You'll be okay.
But it is better than nothing. It is totally better than nothing.
Right. But I have, every time I see it, every time it comes up, I have to jump on my Firefox soapbox and be like, but you could just use Firefox and get the real experience, even though they pissed off Gore Hill a while back.
Yep. Yeah, Raymond.
Yeah, there you go. Raymond Hill. I just always call him by his handle.
That's his handle, yeah.
Yeah, but Raymond Hill, right? They made him mad because they were rejecting his.
Well, the AI was.
Yeah. Oh, this is a personal response written by AI. Like, come on. I mean, it may not have been written by AI, but man, it sure didn't feel personal.
I think, well, it might not have been AI, but it was automated.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yeah. It was caught in some filter and got some kind of pre-canned response or whatever. So not great.
But it was gross.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's happening. V3's rolling out now. And your only real way to run full fat uBlock Origin is to run Firefox, it seems like. But you'll be able to use it. Let me see. They've pushed this date back so many times. This is going to be wrong, but it looks like June 2025. If you go and tinker under the hood, you'll still be able to use the old uBlock Origin until then, until June of this year. But again, that may change. Depends on whether or not, I don't know. I would assume big enough companies complain loud enough that it's not a good idea. But Manifest v3 is happening regardless. So
yeah, sadly,
it's only a matter of time. Oh yeah, okay. Firefox 137 to support HEVC. Video playback on Linux with, this is the AMD one, the VA API, right?
Yep.
Nice.
That's hardware acceleration for AMD.
Oh, so my laptop won't get all hot.
Well, it might. It's just gonna come out the graphics.
Oh, true. But the graphics card
of the CPU, it'll probably handle it better though. Really,
yeah. Seriously. Is BGT right? Is VA API? Is it Intel?
I thought it was both.
Oh, is it just Mesa? That's a good question. Now I need to know. Oh yeah, there you go. You're right, Pika. The time to switch to Firefox was yesterday. And if you're any regular at all to this show, that's been a thing. I don't know how many times we've carved time out to talk about Firefox. Like all the time. Yep. Second best time to plant that Firefox tree is right now. Go download it. Okay, so it's Mesa then. Or okay, so it's Mesa, and so that means that both AMD and Intel use it, or is it only Intel? Oh. Hold on. Intel VA API. I want to see if any hits. Oh, they do though. Yeah, Video Acceleration API. So it's an open source API, which sounds like both could use it. That's great. Well, I'm sure the NVIDIA binary driver supports it, right? Oh, look. The NVIDIA binary GPU driver. Oh. Oh, you're right. Oh, no. Okay, but you have to. Oh, my God. It's a separate thing? Independently developed project that implements the VA API atop NVIDIA's NVDEC, so that Firefox can enjoy. But this was back in 2023. So I wonder if when you install the binary driver, if it comes along with this. So maybe NVIDIA's had it for a whole year, and the rest of us open hardware folks are just now finally tasting the sweet, sweet taste of victory. Lower temperatures. But yeah, that's kind of the point, right? Like graphics cards, even the inbuilt ones, are much better at decoding HEVC than just brute force throwing it through a CPU, as found by my Plex server when it starts to sweat. I'm like, that must have been H265. Why do I hear fans? Oh, yeah, streaming. Yeah, well. I'd rather use the GPU than otherwise. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it'll be 2028 until we actually see those improvements in YouTube, because if I'm not mistaken, YouTube uses AV1. Which is AV1 the open codec? Because if it is, great. Yes, open and royalty free. Great. Yes. It is the competitor to HEVC, if I'm not mistaken. And since YouTube did it, the biggest video company in the forever, ever, all of the entire world, that means that AV1 won, right? Do we? I mean, it's sad that is the way that things go. But when they adopt things, they are a big mover and a shaker. So I'm gonna guess AV1's probably gonna win this fight, which is great though, because it's the open standard, and it's not all the time that the open standards win. I'm looking at you, H264. We've been dealing with you for 10 years now. Not a fan. It just has to happen though. I am fine. But I'll take better battery life. Better battery life for 1,000, Alex. All right, so we talked about Gnome and its foot. Now we'll talk a little bit about KDE. See, immediately you get struck in the face with the options. This is what Gnome is not doing, right? Showing you 700 options when you just want to mess with your clock. I do too. Don't get me wrong. Like I grew up in the days of clicking around Windows 3.1 and Windows 95 and just loving that underneath every option was 3 more options. So don't take this the wrong way. I love options, but Plasma's got a lot of options. Yes. Okay, yeah, BGT got it right. AV1's better than all of them. I think you're right. And I'm glad. I'm not glad that YouTube and Google have the power to do this, but I am glad that it's moving to AV1. That's good. Okay. Ooh. Okay. You just hooked me up, Dan, right? The The VA API specification was originally designed by Intel for its GMA. Oh, yeah, I remember those. Series of GPU hardware with the specific purpose of eventually replacing the XVMC standard as the default multi-platform equivalent to the Microsoft Windows DirectX Video Acceleration API. Ugh. But today, the API is no longer limited to Intel-specific hardware GPUs. Okay, cool. So, all right, because I'm pretty sure if you squint just right and install exactly the correct driver, you can get Handbrake to use VA API to right. Okay. See, great. Oh, yeah, I knew I wasn't crazy. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, I was poking fun, but Nate Graham notes that it is now less cluttered. Good call. Good call. I like that. Ooh, I actually like the tooltip thing. Is that new? The little eye thing when you hover over that? Oh, that's cool. I like that. All right. That's awesome. I dig that. Oh, and lots of bug fixes. We got a little ways to go. Okay, cool. I want to talk about the framework thing. I have not opened those links specifically. Any of it. Apparently there's a 12-inch laptop. What? Okay, but I haven't looked into any of it because I wanted to talk about it here. Yeah? Really? Wait a minute. What? This was the Xbox thing? Or no? What? Okay. No, I do because that was Mythbuntu. Okay, so what did they call that? Mythdora? Oh, good. I was going to say they missed an opportunity there otherwise. Oh, yeah, look at that, 9th. Oh, that was... Wow. So I only ever used it as an aside to an operating system, but could you just install this thing on like a device? Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm thinking, right? Cool. But I would like it in a in like a Roku style thing, right? Where it's just it is the device. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. That's going to be fun. I like that. I like that kind of thing. 22 years. We're going to have to do a history episode on Myth TV. Their website looks like it came like it hasn't been updated since they launched, so they might actually have all the history right here. No shade, man. I really enjoy the old web, so please don't change anything. I mean, I like the old web. Just no doubt about it. So BGT says Flatpaks install the VA API drivers as a platform extension, yet they don't work with the AMD GPU. Ugh. Really? A friend of mine... Right. Exactly. And that's what I was saying. You got to squint just right. You got to tinker with it to make it work. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I don't like that it doesn't just work out of the box though. I don't like that you have to go out of your way to make it work. Yeah. But BGT was talking about if Mesa were to take Asahi's changes, which I know that's been a big sore spot for Hector Martin. Was not anymore. That Asahi Linux's Honeycrisp Vulkan driver gains sparse support in Mesa 25.1. So movement. I like movement. Movement's good. Okay, so just really quickly, do we put something like this on our videos now, Dan? Like we need to start out every video with this is a locally sourced farm to table homegrown uh non AI video straight to your ear holes. I mean, well, okay. So what we're talking about, if you're not seeing it, indie devs have begun adding a no generative AI stamp to their store pages, and it's a cogwheel stamp says this developer assures that no gen AI was used in this indie game, and so, um, yeah, like we don't on purpose because I don't like it. Use AI for anything directly in the show. Yeah. Y- Yeah. So like, I mean, I wonder because uh, one of the Steam pages, I forget which one it was, but one of the Steam game lookup pages has an AI filter. So if your game was in any way used AI to create the game, there's now a filter to filter. So apparently that's Call of Duty. Yes. That was well, okay. It wasn't surprising to me. Around Christmas time, one of their zombie patches had a Santa Claus reaching out, zombie Santa Claus reaching out to touch you, and it had 6 fingers, and I was like, oh, gross. And yeah, so obviously, yeah, and then they didn't immediately come out and was like, yeah, that was AI or anything like that. They just kind of let it run under the radar and hope nobody noticed, but everybody noticed. Right. And the logic makes sense, but I can almost guarantee you that it wasn't an artist that was like, let's give it 6 fingers. It was, yeah, it was one of those drawing models that was like, 6 is correct. you know? Uh, yeah. See, this is why any picture that you take, Dan, you need to take with your fingers folded together like this. That way, like all of your generative AI uh, images will be incorrect. They'll always have the incorrect amount of fingers because how many fingers are here? I don't know. I don't know. But if they model it on you, 8-ish, I don't know, 12, 165. There, that one. Oh, oh, I'm silly. I did it. It's SteamDB. Look at this. SteamDB now lets you filter out Steam games with AI generation. Yep. Yep. I thought I just saw it and it wasn't here, but good. Yeah, so filter out all of the YouTube videos with Gen AI in it, and we're the only ones left standing. Nice. Probably not, but maybe, maybe. Uh, okay, man, I'm just chomping at the bit to get to the framework stuff because I really haven't. No, this is not you at all. I just told myself, and we're gonna go through these articles. We're gonna get through them. Because I want to go through it, and I want to have a fully formed opinion, so I can tell people on the internet they're wrong. That's why we do this. Just just so I can. Yeah. And now, who determines what's AI generated? I don't know. I suppose you have to be honest as a developer to say that it's in there, because otherwise, like you just have to be like, oh, and then maybe you're right and maybe you're wrong. And then, okay, so here's what you do. You take an AI generated game, right? And then you put it through an AI generated game parser, and then the AI will tell you if AI was used in the creation of the game. And if it works anything like Turnitin or any of those other kind of educational, we're gonna make sure there's no AI, and it's never, ever, ever, ever going to work correctly. So everything has AI, but nothing has AI. Yeah, I think it's a community-based effort, but the way the future's shaping up, Dan, I do, and I don't like it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, see, this is what we were talking about. Firefox's approach to Manifest v3 is shaped by our mission, more creative possibilities for developers, and support for both Manifest v2 and v3. And they kind of end with no limits on your extensions with Firefox. So this is the period on the end of the conversation that we were having before. Yeah, just a quick reminder. The Manifest v2 feature called blocking web requests is still going to live, which means uBlock Origin will continue to survive only in Firefox. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. Oh, bug fixes. We'll never get through that. Okay, framework time. Yes, I'm excited. Okay, already I'm in love. I love so 12-inch frameworks, and they have all these cool, colorful covers on the tops, on the backs, tops with the framework logo. Oh, so good. I think I'm a fan of the lavender one. I think if I had to pick. Black is pretty good too, though. But green's pretty cool. Okay, all right. Let's see this. Okay. So a 12-inch laptop's gonna have 1920 by 1200. Ooh, you may not even have to scale that at all. A touchscreen. People were asking for touchscreens. They've done it. Wow. And so it goes backwards? Ooh, very cool. Okay, so this is a system, Nirav Patel says this is a system that is designed with students in mind. Comes in 5 colors. It's going to be its own thing with motherboards, accessories, its own refresh schedule, distinct from the 13 and the 16. Well, not the 16 line, because the 13 and 16 share a lot of stuff. But distinct from the 13. Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm so excited. So these are going to come with the AMD Ryzen AI 300 base processors. I'm down. This is great. Will I like that I can run Copilot on it? Probably not, but it's fine. I'm going to download my own models, okay? And we're going to run them locally. It's going to wait. Hold on. All right. This is weird. So let me just read this. While the laptop, the 13 already offers first-gen Intel Core Ultra-based, and as of today, AMD Ryzen AI 300-based processors, the first framework laptop 12 motherboard is going to use, so it's going to use the 13th gen Intel stuff, which was the good iteration, I think, because 11 and 12 were lackluster, not great. 11 is what I have, but I do think it's fine. Okay, I have to go to the 13, which I already have, to get the AMD Ryzen new ones. Okay. So, very cool. It supports up to 48 gigs of RAM. Woof. Implying just a single. Oh, I see. Yeah, they're making them in 48 gigs now? What's up with that? Yeah, so it's just weird. See, I told you about my superstition about hard drives, right? I can't do non-power of 2 hard drives. 12 terabyte hard drive? Absolute no. 10 terabyte? Nope. 6 terabyte? 3? No. You're probably right. But it's still. That's a good point, but superstitions don't make sense, I'm just hurting myself because 16 terabyte drives are so expensive right now. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I'm really I'm hammering my own thumb in this one. But maybe I just get a couple 8s, and then when 16 come down a little bit, I'll get some 16s. Maybe that's what I need. I just need to curb my expectations a little bit. But RAM feels the same way. Like see, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. When you had weird sizes of RAM, they were always missing chips, right? Like you could actually, dude, you could look at those, yeah, and then like it would be like, oh, 4 chips on that side. Why is there only 3 chips on this side? What? Like you could fit a 4th chip, you just didn't. Not cool, Micron or whoever. So it makes me think that 48 gigs are this way, right? So they got binned, which means that they didn't pass the good test, they passed the fine test. See? My heebie-jeebies are going to heebie-jeebie all over everybody else. It's going to make sense to somebody. Those are my people. So I will buy a 32 gig stick while everybody else can enjoy their extra 16 gigs. Wait, yeah, that's right. Because 48 is not a power 2. Okay, that's why. It's 2 powers of 2 smushed together. It's not the same. Not the same. Okay, so that was the 12. Oh, yes. The framework's first desktop is a strange but unique mini ITX gaming PC. Okay. The Ryzen AI Max and its gigantic integrated GPU power this Xbox Series S-sized PC. I'm already in love. This might be my next server. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. And it's, say it with me, Dan, repairable. Sorry, there's a lag. You can't do that. But if we were sitting next to each other, you would have known. It makes sense. Yeah. Yes. I wouldn't mind an aluminum chassis for the old motherboard here. Like I appreciate that Cooler Master put out. Yeah, you can buy one or you can print one, whatever you want to do. I think I'm gonna print one. I've got a buddy next door that has a better than an Ender 3 Pro, and I think I'm just gonna borrow it for, I don't know, however long that takes to print, 2 days. I don't know. Because yeah, I need that. I need that a lot. Because I can't just let the motherboard languish, like I gotta immediately use it. And then, oh, absolutely not. Oh, that hurts me in the heart. It hurts me in the heart. Yes, it hurts me in the heart when people say, oh yeah, I just have a drawer full of, send them to me. Send them to me. I'll, oh my God, I will use, if they're just gathering dust, I'll pay the shipping. Just send them to me, please. Or Dan, because we can make use. We can make them. Oh yeah, we will find a way. I got 3 Pis. I got the B-Link thing going on. I got a Lenovo mini PC running VMs and stuff, and a big old full fat NAS box. Like, I will find a way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew 4 gigs of RAM, BGT, was still useful. What do you use a tiling window manager to really kind of squeeze out the last couple of juice drops out of that? Because once you load up Firefox and go to any page with JavaScript on it, we're getting close. That's what I mean. Just as soon as you hit any kind of dynamic loading web page with a bunch of JavaScript on it, it's just, yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, and KDE is surprisingly light. Gnome is not as heavy as I'd say that it is, but it's the heaviest of the 3. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been trimmed down a whole lot, and I do appreciate that, because we can use my RAM for other things. I don't mind it if I'm not doing anything, but. Okay. The Radeon. Okay. So AMD Ryzen AI Max processor. I don't know where that puts it in the series. Why can AMD not sanely number something? Like, so an 8060S. No, absolutely not. But I like AMD, and I need AMD to be better. That's it. That's the only. Intel's just as bad. Intel lopped off a zero, a number at the end in their newest generation stuff. It's like 100s and 200s and stuff now. Why? Oh, yes. Like, please simplify this. Oh my, you don't need crazy amounts of numbers for every single SKU, man. Like, use language. I get that you really want to be able to succinctly write it on a data sheet, but like, people see these and people buy these sometimes, and I guess there you go. For the consumer facing stuff, let's whittle it down to this. For the consumer facing stuff, give it a name. Name it. Name, not just Ryzen. Like, give it a name. Yeah. BGT, can you hear Dan right now? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think so. No, it's not you, I don't think. It is me. But the last time I poked at this, OBS crashed. It's a good thing I'm recording, right? This way, if it does, well, true. Let me see. Hold on. No. I guess so, right? Ugh. I don't. Wait, hold on. What if I just add it again? Oh no. Oh no. I think OBS is just primed to crash. I can't. The buttons don't bring up menus anymore. Oh no. Well, it was working up until a little while ago. Hmm. Yeah. I'm more just of a. Did it make any noise before? Okay, this is the button I think I hit that crashed it. So I'll be back. Oh no. Nope. Just nope. It's just not. Nope. Nope. It is not going to do anything. Yeah, all the buttons just don't work anymore. Aw, that's so sad. Okay, hang on. Oh. Okay, how about now? No. Oh, wait. Hey, some of the buttons work now. Oh, not all of them, though. Fully close it. No way around it. Yeah, BGT's right. Oh, stop. Yeah. I wonder. Okay, say something? No. Okay, it really is OBS. Oh, man. Okay. All right. We're just gonna reset it. I don't know how Twitch handles this. Steve, how does Twitch handle this? Does it like continue the recording or what? Do I have to do some editing when I post it later? Man. I don't like it when this happens. All right. Okay. Hang tight. Be back in like 2 minutes, I hope. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Cool.
Okay. Did Twitch work? I'm gonna need one of you beautiful watchers to let me know. Are we back?
I'm reloading, which kills all the.
Is there that weird
chats.
red page at the beginning?
Nope.
Yay!
And I can hear myself.
Nice. All right, now you can turn it off.
We're back.
Yay. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna have to do a
Well, I'm
full on reboot here in a bit. But anyway, we're
Well,
back. He's back.
9 minutes plus.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Right. Yeah, we go into into soccer overtime, right? Where you just get into the +5, +8 situations
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, it's time. The whistle blew. Get off the field. I'm sorry, the pitch.
Yeah. Well, it's either that or I fall asleep here. So
I
I don't think anybody
mean,
wants to watch that.
no. See, and then I'll mute you, and then we'll be good to go.
Mhm.
Okay, so Ryzen AI Max 395 chip. Do we have any kind of numbers on like pass mark numbers? Maybe.
Are they out yet? Even?
Maybe not. So okay. I what I don't know is when these things are slated to hit.
Yeah, because you got to wait on it, right?
Yeah. So, oh, what?
Yeah, like Wi-Fi 7 capabilities and USB 4. Like
Whoa.
this is pretty cutting edge stuff.
It's a real computer. And it's still you. Oh my God. So you're going to have Mac people that have like Mac this, Mac that, Mac here, Mac there, Mac whatever. And I think you're going to have framework people. Look at this.
Well, I might be one. I mean, that's cool.
This has
It's got me one over.
and the little USB things that you slip into the laptops work for the desktop too. That's stupid.
Right.
That's so cool. Oh my God. God.
Yeah, it's got some cool stuff.
Like, I love system building. Love it. But
And here's the thing is they aren't crazy expensive.
who said it? It was Carlos, wasn't it? Frameworks.
Could be.
This was earlier today. Frameworks new desktop looks to be taking aim at the Mac Studio. Top end model, 128 gigs of RAM, starts at $2,000.
Yeah, but that's a huge computer.
Yeah.
I would expect to pay $2,000 for that.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I would build something very similar to that, and not quite 2,000,
but close.
But bringing over a graphics card, maybe bringing over a couple of additional things, like we're still talking over $1,000.
Yeah, I mean 1,200 maybe. I don't know.
But
I haven't priced one in a while, but I mean, like the last time I built one, that's about what it worked out to be.
Right, and bringing over a graphics card, or not bringing over a graphics card and having to buy one. I mean, that's easily, if you actually care about gaming, at the mid end, you're still gonna pay $500 for that. So you're getting pretty darn close to that $2,000 mark. So
you're not far off of it. Yeah,
No.
man. What something with 128 gig of RAM? That's beefy.
Yeah. I've only got 64. It's putting my thing to shame.
I got 32 and I get by.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Do I need 64? No, I do not. But do I want it? Yes. Number bigger. That's all I care.
Of course.
Okay. So, yeah, leveraged all the key PC standards everywhere we could. Starts with a mini ITX board that uses standard ATX headers so it can fit into any PC. Any PC case. That's cool. So, like, you don't even have to buy their PC case. Well, I mean,
No, it's an ITX type style, right?
Cool, man. Cool. Retains some modularity. Translucent slide panels. That was my other hard requirement. Is doesn't have to be glass, but I do need to be able to see the components inside of there because I'm gonna stick blinky lights in there.
I want to look at it.
Yes. I mean, I would be embarrassed to tell anybody the amount of time that I've just stared into my PC. Because, like, it looks cool. That it makes me a big nerd, but yeah, I don't care. I do not care. It is cool, and I will continue to. I'm going to look into it tonight.
I mean, I look at mine right behind my monitor right there all the time.
See, I'm not weird. You're weird.
See the little fans spinning and the lights are on, and
Yes.
stuff's happening.
That's right. And Rainbow Unicorn Vomit is a good look. I mean,
I just have white light. It's just white.
Not saying that other colors aren't good, but like the cool, swirly, slow, spinny glow of 256 colors,
Yeah.
Does give kind of a living feeling to the thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I was just really happy when the prices came down on that stuff. That way I could afford it. Because
Yeah.
as you heard before, I spent $1,000 on the rest of the stuff, bringing over a video card. So I had to pinch a
Right.
penny somewhere, and that was on the
Exactly.
fans.
Yeah.
So, man, it looks so cool. So cool.
I'm stoked. I'm excited. That might be my next PC.
It's I'm up for it. It's been 3 years. I try to wait out at least 3 years. I'm on year 4 before I do any kind of big upgrade. But it's hard to justify it because I still have a 5800X. Like, it's hot, but it's no slouch. I do not have any complaints about performance in any way whatsoever. Even my 5700 XT video card, that was, I mean, even prior, it was prior to the pandemic. Like, that video card still does everything I needed to do. So
yeah, mine too.
Unless something breaks, I just have to be greedy if I want an upgrade. And not that I'm okay with being greedy, but
yeah, like I'm probably due. I mean, I built this one in 2019.
Oh yeah, you're definitely due. I mean,
so I'm due.
Because you have to? No. Because you want to? Yes.
Yeah. Right. And so, like, I don't know, looking at the build, build my own thing here.
On
It's
framework?
saying, yeah.
No.
I go to the desktop.
It's already ready.
Well, batch 5 ships out quarter 3.
Oh, wow. We're already on batch 5. These are so back ordered that we're already on the 5th iteration of it.
Yeah, batch 4 sold out.
Wow. I am
But
so
starts out at $1,100, which is about what we thought, right?
Dude, I am so happy for this company. I am so happy for them.
And then that is 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, by the way.
Yeah. I would have to go with the Max 395. I've been on
32 graphics cores?
Okay.
That's insanity.
My question though is, because like the NVIDIA ones come with like hundreds, right? The CUDA cores and stuff. Is that directly comparable?
I don't know what we're comparing, but yeah. Seems like a lot.
This is why I wanted to see numbers on it, right? Like, what can a Max 385, using Windows or whatever, play Fortnite? Is that
I would imagine.
Why
wouldn't you be able to? I would think.
Well, at a decent resolution,
yeah, 60 frames, that kind of thing, at least.
Yeah, at medium-ish, like medium, 60 frames, 1080p. Can it do that?
I bet it can.
If that is the case, it's a real hard sell for me to even go and buy a video card anymore.
Well, that's where I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And if you went up to the Max 395, that's got 40 cores of graphics stuff.
Oh my God. Oh, right. Yeah.
That's a 16 core CPU.
Yes. Oh, look at this though. Memory is soldered, non-upgradable. But Carlos was right. It is in the Mac Studio, like,
yeah, but I think that's because it's DDR5, right?
Right. Well, not just that. It's the low profile DDR5 stuff. This is the stuff.
Yeah, it's the limitation of the RAM. I think.
because the 395, so Max Plus 395 has both a 64 gig and a 128 gig option.
Yes.
So is the LPDDR5X soldered? Or is it what? Why is it not upgradable? It has to be soldered.
Probably is because it's so small. You can't. It's not like a chip you insert and stuff.
Yeah. So, well, see, that was the thing, right? Like there was a low profile
It's an
competitor.
Oh, well, it's an ITX board, so I mean, you only got so much space.
Yeah. Typically, you would get 2 slots if you were doing regular DDR type stuff. But
Yeah,
there was a competitor
4,
to the
yeah.
Mac Studio stuff, right? There was a whole thing.
Mhm.
The Macs soldered their RAM in because it was faster that way, and arguably, yes, they could have developed something where you could have ripped out and put another one in or something like that. Yeah, sure. But the point was, it really, actually, seriously was faster than
I bet it is.
any other RAM on the market. But there
Yeah, so
was
if you're not gonna realize the advantage of having DDR5 if it's not soldered, probably.
right, but there was a competitor to it that looked like installing a CPU would, but it was RAM. And it gave it similar, but I don't think quite as good, similar performance to the Mac stuff. I'll have to look that up, but I do remember reading an article talking about it. I think as far as I could tell, it was vaporware at the time. Like they had concepts of it, like maybe some prototypes, but I don't think it was anywhere near mass market or anything like that. So maybe this is just caught in the middle. Like they don't have a choice. They don't have the swappable kind yet, so they have to go with the soldered in kind. Anyway, all that to say, 64 gigs is a lot of RAM still. Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, because I don't use anywhere near 64 gigs on my current build. So
No.
I don't think I will in a couple years either. But yeah, man, this is so cool. I'm so stoked for this. It's coming out right at about the time. So Q3 of next year. So what you're saying, Framework, is if I can hold out till Christmas, there's a good you're telling me there's a chance that I might be able to do this whole thing.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Sometime in the fall.
Well, I'm excited.
Hey, they got, the little tile things? They got
Yeah.
a Linux Mint one.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Oh my God, what? They got Tux, they got Arts, they got Mint, Touch Grass. Yeah, I need that one, actually. Dude, I would totally get...
That's pretty cool, though.
Dude, I would totally get like 8 of those rainbow hearts. That's awesome.
Yeah. Silly little thing, but,
They
it's cool.
they know their audience. Dude, having a Framework laptop and a Framework desktop. Oh, so cool. So cool. All right, so the Framework 12. Okay, so it's a touchscreen, but you got a pin. You can get a pin with it. That's really cool, dude.
That is cool.
I hope that this is the kind of thing that may be able to bump off Chromebooks.
Well, they keep
man.
expanding, and, they're just growing.
Yeah, because with Chromebooks in schools and stuff like that, you hardly ever fix them. You just throw them away. And the amount of waste, the amount of just pure waste those things generate is insanity.
Mhm.
So being able to replace any individual part, I don't know. I think Nate would back me up, but
Yeah, well, he's going through it with his work.
yeah, he's living it, man. He's breathing it right
Mhm.
now. So
Mhm.
it can be done. It can be done. I don't know at what kind of scale it can be done, but get some humans. Don't let AI put your framework computer together. I think that's the real lesson, the real takeaway from today. Don't.
Yeah, don't. You're right.
All right, so the laptops are getting the laptop version of the Ryzen 300, which is cool. So maybe this is what I do. I get the laptop board later in the year, so I can finally upgrade my framework, because this is it's the 11th gen. We're now on the 4th or 5th iteration of their Intel stuff. So this guy's 4 or 5 years old now. So I mean, he's due as well. And I've been wanting an AMD processor, man. And as far as I know, the chassis hasn't changed. So
Right.
I pick up the new motherboard. Well, it would have to be the whole 9 because it's DDR5 now. So new motherboard, new RAM, new Wi-Fi card. But I get to keep my NVMe, which is good. And I would want the new battery just because it's slightly bigger, and by that time mine's like 85% capacity. But
Which is pretty good, but
quite good for how old it is. Okay, we'll save the rest of those articles, but I just wanted to finish off on the framework stuff because
it's so great.
Oh God, I love framework so much. So much. And if I can keep continuing to give them my money, I will. And now they're really vying for all of my money, right? First it was half the money, just the laptop. But now it's the other half too, because they make desktops too. And this, dude, they have translucent ones. I need the orange ones.
I know.
Too cool.
Yep.
Too cool.
Yep. And now they got on the 16, you can get the LED matrix.
Yes. Oh, that's really cool.
Talk about blinking lights. There it is.
Yeah. Hold on. Where is this? This is on the framework website, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Let me look at this. So on the 16, is that just in the marketplace or is that on the 16?
Yeah. If you scroll down there, I think on the main page.
Oh, hold on. Go back. Down on the main. Oh. No. You would need a 16 for this, though.
Well, yeah, because it's bigger. It's got bigger keyboard space.
I don't need 2 laptops, Dan.
You sure about that?
No. But
because I'm not.
I don't need 2 laptops just so I can have blinking lights.
Are you sure?
Still no. Still not. No. Because I would totally just get 2 of these. Like, I don't need a number pad. Get all of that off of here. I put one on one side, one on the other side.
Blinking lights. That's all I want.
Man, that's too cool. I love that. I love that. Maybe I can slip one of those into the desktop or something.
Kind of looks like Knight Rider.
Wouldn't it be cool if you
like
could...
Knight Industries 2000.
It said it was a Raspberry Pi or something in it.
Oh, really?
I think.
Oh, you could probably totally make that.
The open source grid of the LED can be customized.
Oh, yeah, it's got a 2040.
Yeah, 2040 microcontroller. So you can control it like you would a Raspberry Pi, which means that you can program it to do anything, which means that you can get it to react to the temperatures of your system. So the left one can be the temperature of your CPU. The right one can be the temperature of, I don't know, your graphics card or something.
Battery life.
Oh, battery life. Too good. Wait.
Oh, my word.
Time out. That means that you could program them like to have multiple. So you could have like a little CPU down at the bottom. Like, I mean, okay, like a, what is that?
It says you can even scroll text or play a game of Snake.
Yes, which means that you could have 3 bars on the left one, each 3 wide, and then like the CPU temperature and then the memory temperature. So you could have a C, an M, and then like a G for graphics, right? And then each would be independent temperature. And then on the other one, what were you saying? That it could...
I don't know, battery?
Yeah, battery. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and then a B for the battery over. Oh my God, just endless. I don't need another laptop.
It's a 34:9 grid of LEDs. So, you figure out what you want to put on them.
I don't need another laptop. Oh, stop tempting me, Dan.
We'll just play with the lights.
You're doing a really good job. Yeah, that's what I need. That's actually what I need. I need the LED grid, hook it up to a Pi, and then just control that. Like, and actually, yeah. I could do that to my desktop now. Oh, that's a really good idea.
Missed opportunity, right?
Not anymore. I don't need a laptop.
This is really slick though for the laptop folk.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean,
because it just like snaps in and it just does the thing.
Yeah, it just does the thing. That's so cool. And you don't have to like wonky USB plug it into your computer and then set it into UART mode and do all the weird wonky stuff. I'm sure you can just connect up to it. So,
Ah,
okay.
it's so beautiful.
All right. The 16 will definitely be the last purchase of the purchases to Framework. But by the time I want that, there'll be something new and shiny to get that I will probably end up spending my money on instead. But anyway, so I guess that'll do it for this time. We actually did it, Dan. I come in here and I'm like, we should kind of vet the news. We could talk about the news. It'd be endless. We finally did it.
There's always news.
We finally did it. Didn't get sidetracked except for like 12 times.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. I guess that'll do it for us. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate everybody showing up. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for all the chatter in the chat too. So a couple of weeks, I guess we'll do this whole thing again. And a few days before that, we'll have another episode pop out, which should hopefully be the Snap one. Yeah. As long as the stars align for us, it'll go the way we plan it. All right. But until next time, see you later.
We'll see ya.